Kobe's mental state was a key aspect of that Mamba mentality. He didn't let failures or setbacks ever deter him. Instead, he used them as motivation to push harder. What's up, everybody? It is Jay Hobbs, and you have tuned into the Accelerate podcast, the place where we're going to talk about ways that can help you accelerate your life. Growing up with learning disabilities, impulsive ADHD, and losing my mother at a young age, man, it was rough. But guess what? I discovered something powerful. It's all about mindset. And that discovery changed my life completely. Now my life's mission is to help motivate and shift the minds of every single person I come in contact with. So get ready to accelerate and unleash the power within. Let's do this. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Jay Hobbs in the building from the Accelerate podcast. You see it in the background. You hear me when I'm talking to you. Today, I'm excited to bring this episode to you. Have you ever wondered how Kobe Bryant's mindset made him a legend, and if it's possible for you and I to tap into that Mamba mentality? See, let me talk about Kobe Bryant for a second. I grew up with Kobe Bryant. My siblings, my father, everyone loved Kobe Bryant. But why did we love Kobe Bryant? It wasn't just that he was an amazing basketball player, but the dude's mental state, his mentality was bananas. His mentality was just a beast. And we became attracted to that, and we love that. So when I found out of his passing, it's like almost like 9/11 for the sports world, because I can tell you exactly what I was doing and where I was at. I was actually eating oysters. I was in North Carolina, and it comes across the TV, and I get a text from my brother. And I'm like, what this is the disgusting joke. There is no way this happened. And it comes on the news, and I'm looking at it. I couldn't even finish my food. I asked the lady, I said, I need my check. And she's like, what's going on? I said, Kobe Bryant just died. And I felt like it was like my sibling, my brother, just someone that I knew. And I never met Kobe Bryant. But he had that much of an impact on my life, and just the camaraderie that I had with my siblings and my father because of this one individual. And as I'm helping people shift their mindset, I started thinking, I was like, who is one of the most legendary people? Kobe Bryant pops up. So I started digging into truly, what is that Mamba mentality? And can I have the ability to help you and me tap into that mentality? So I'm gonna go over 3 different things with the Mamba mentality. One of those things is the relentless work ethic Kobe was known for. His incredible work ethic. He often arrived at the gym way before sunrise, before everybody else, and he would practice for hours, and he was working on his skills, his fitness ability, his mental toughness. He demanded the best from himself every single day. Now, when we look at our own lives, do we do that same thing? Do we wake up early in the morning before we start our careers, before we start taking care of our children? Do we wake up in the morning and honestly take that time to work on ourselves, to work on our craft, to make sure that we are okay mentally, to make sure that we have a plan for the day? That is part of the Mamba mentality, is making sure that you wake up, or that you spend time every single day to get better at who you want to be, what you want to do in life. My father told me years ago, it doesn't matter what you do in this world. If you're a janitor, you be the best janitor possible. If you're a security guard, if whatever you do, if you bake cookies, you make sure that you have the best recipe, and that you are doing everything in your power to perfect your craft, to be a little bit better and a little bit different. Another part of that is continuous improvement. Kobe Bryant constantly sought out to improve his skills. Even after he reached the pinnacle of his career, he continued to work on his weaknesses, whether it was working on his jump shot or rehabbing from injuries, whatever it was, he wanted to be the absolute best. Now, years ago, I was in this relationship and I asked her, I said, have you read any type of books to get better at what you're doing in your career field? To get better, to be the best version of yourself that you possibly can be. And she straight up told me, I know everything there is to know about my field. What? Are you kidding me? What type of ego is that? That is just so egotistical, and it's really insane that you honestly believe that you know everything there is to know about your field. It's humanly impossible to know everything there is to know in your field. You can always get better. If you're not learning in your field, you can be training your mindset to be a better leader. You can be training your mindset to react differently. Honestly, I was thrown back and there wasn't a whole lot I could do in that situation because I was blown away that I had been in my career way longer and had reached not the pinnacle, but I had reached high levels in my career, and I was still actively learning, still trying to learn about leadership, still learning about the different facets of my career and how I can continue to be better. So are you looking at yourself and are you continually improving on what you can do to be better? That's part of the Mamba mentality. Stepping back, looking at your overall situation and saying, hey, I know that these 2 or 3 items can be a whole lot better. I can do a whole lot more and I can do a whole lot better with those items. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. Stepping back, even at the pinnacle of your career, like one of the great legends, Kobe Bryant, and constantly working on your craft to be the best version of yourself. Do you have the Mamba mentality in your own life? Mental toughness is another part of having that Mamba mentality. Kobe's mental state was a key aspect of that Mamba mentality. He didn't let failures or setbacks ever deter him. Instead, he used them as motivation to push harder. Are you using your setbacks as motivations to push harder? When you lose your job, when you go through that breakup, when you've been working and fighting for this dream that you have and nothing seems to be working. Are you using that and saying, poor me, I feel like crap, this doesn't work, I've been lied to? Are you using your failures as motivation to push harder? I tell my son all the time, my son loves basketball and he misses a shot. Oh, my shot's off. Don't say that your shot is off. Let's work on how we can correct your shot. Are you not using your guide hand? Are you not flicking your wrist? Are you pushing it and forcing it? Is your form messed up? Let's look at how we can fix that instead of using a complaint or saying, oh, it's the double rim. Oh, my shot is off. There's something that you can fix. Let's continually upgrade our mental mindset to be the very best we can be. When I understood that in my life got better. I didn't say that I didn't have setbacks, but I used those setbacks as motivation. I wrote a book, and the process of writing a book was very long and difficult. And then I put it out and it didn't sell the way I wanted to sell. And I'm like, man, like all of this work. But when I turned around and I looked at that failure, I looked at, is there anything that I could have done better? And what I realize now is I didn't look up marketing. I didn't realize the importance of marketing. I didn't look at the failure of releasing that book as a setback. I used it as motivation to say, these are the things you need to do in the future if you release a book or if you want to re-release. You have to look at all of the aspects of things regardless of how hard the initial task was going to be. So the question was, do we have the ability to tap into that Mamba mentality? Absolutely. You and I have that ability through mental toughness, through continuing to get better, to never giving up and allowing yourself that time before anyone wakes up, before anything gets started, to show up before people, to leave later than people, and put in that additional time. You and I have the ability to tap into that mental mindset. We have the ability to tap into that Mamba mentality. But like I always say, everything starts here. It's the mental shift. It's that shifting of the mindset to accelerate and get yourself to a new position and a new phase in your life where you can continue to grow. So are you going to tap into that Mamba mindset? If you are, stick with me for the next episode on the Accelerate podcast so that we can grow together. But until next time, peace!